Alright guys, welcome back to my 23-week update. I'm not gonna lie, I'm slacking again and I'll be 24 weeks tomorrow. So this update and the last update are a little bit late, but I'll get them up, I promise. So this week my app says that the baby's about the size of a grapefruit, but it also says he's over a foot long and just over a pound. And I don't know about you guys, I've never seen a grapefruit that big. So I'm going more off of the size. Like, he's probably about a foot long, like 11 inches or longer. And I know for a fact he's over a pound because the ultrasound showed us. So our ultrasound report finally came back in after we got it almost 2 weeks after the ultrasound actually happened. And that was a whole ordeal. Everything looks good. He's totally healthy. That's awesome. So new things this week, and they're not necessarily new, but they're noticeable this week. It is very uncomfortable for me to bend over now. And if I do manage to do it, I have to like hold my breath. I can't breathe while doing it. There's not enough room. So that's kind of a funny new little update. So baby boy is very territorial of my stomach. If I rest my hand on my stomach, which I do it all the time, he'll kick my hand and try to kick it away. And also if I am carrying another baby on my stomach, like on my hip, he kicks the baby. So my husband and I have like an extreme innie belly button, and my husband and I have a bit of a running joke about when it's gonna pop out, because it's already at less than half the depth it was before. And so we're wondering when it's gonna pop. He thinks it's gonna pop just like within the 24th week, and I don't think that's gonna happen because that's this coming week. But it's getting there. I can see the bottom of my belly button now, and it's a very strange thing to see after, never seeing it. Luckily, my protein intake is a lot easier. At my appointment, I brought up my issues with getting enough protein to my midwives, just the discomfort, and they suggested papaya enzymes, and so far those are making a pretty big impact. So I'm excited for that. I am actually going just over the 70 grams that they wanted me to get every day, which is super awesome. I feel good about that, and it's nice to know that I'm getting the nutrients that we need. I mean, granted, I'm not making sure I'm eating the healthiest things just because my main focus right now is getting that protein in. Despite the papaya enzymes helping, I am still very bloated and like gassy this week. By the end of the day especially, my stomach a lot of the time is just kind of tender and doesn't really want to be touched. It's all stretched out and it just doesn't feel very good. That is part of pregnancy. This week I did notice that I'm a little more irritable, and I think that's because I'm really not sleeping well this week at all. I have a friend who gave me her old pregnancy pillow, and even that's not, I feel like they're totally picked up way too much. It's not doing that much at all for me. I'm still uncomfortable, and actually I'm flipping around a lot, and I keep waking up in the middle of the night on my back. And I know I'm not supposed to sleep on my back at this point, so I'll roll over to my side, and it's just not comfortable, and it's difficult to sleep, and I don't know why, but this week again, the needing to pee in the middle of the night has kicked in again, and it's not uncommon for me to now get up twice a night, which I know that's like nothing for some women, but for a while now, I've been able to manage until like 5 a.m. before I have to get up. So it's a big difference for me. So we actually were given quite a few baby items, and I'm super excited about them. Most of them are things I wasn't going to buy myself just because I didn't want to splurge and I knew we could do without, but it's still nice to have them and to not have to pay for them, and it'll be fun to see how we like them and how things go, and I'm sure eventually I'll do a baby haul to show y'all everything that we have. So this week I'm starting to work on the nursery a little bit more, just get all of the baby items into the nursery. Michael and I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, and the way we've kind of set it up is our bedroom is out in the living room, And so it's more like a studio apartment, and then the nursery is the bedroom. So I'm working on getting that set up. I have a lot of ideas, and I'll show y'all when it's all ready. This week I was able to go swimming one of the days, and it was fantastic. It felt so wonderful. It was really warm, and it's been really warm here in Texas. It's pretty warm and humid, and it felt wonderful just to get in the cold water and to float around. And we were only there for about an hour. I totally could have stayed for half the day because it felt wonderful. So that's probably gonna be my lifeline this summer. Michael and I are taking a Bradley class right now, and we're in the third week. We have class on Wednesdays, and so we'll be in the fourth week on Wednesday, tomorrow. And it's going wonderful. It's fun. Anyone who's done a Bradley class knows that they have exercises and things that they want you to get done every week, and it's a lot about like nutrition and just staying healthy during pregnancy so you can prepare for the labor. And so I'm working on getting those exercises done, and most days I'm being pretty successful. I mean, I feel like I'm doing average. I'm not like being pro spot on and getting everything done, but I'm getting a good amount of it done. One thing that Michael and I do pretty much every single night is the relaxation practices, and those are going really well. I feel like we're starting to work as a team even better with things like that, and we're starting to find what I like and what helps me relax. And I think by the time baby comes, we'll be pretty ready, or as ready as we can be, to relax during contractions and during labor, which is awesome because that's always relieving, and it's always nice to not stress about that. So, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I'm a certifying doula, and so I totally understand how wonderful doulas are and how beneficial they are during labor. And so I've had the intention of hiring a doula, and I actually had someone in mind. She's coincidentally the woman who teaches our Bradley class. I love her. She's a friend of mine, and she's so wonderful. And so I recently talked to her about potentially becoming a client of hers, and unfortunately she goes out of town the week after I'm due. And because I'm a first-time mom, there's a greater chance of me giving birth late, and particularly in that week. And she'll be gone for a week. So, looks like we're most likely not going to use her, just because if we did, we'd probably use the backup anyway. So I'm not totally sure. I'm hoping my mom and sister can be at the birth, but there's no definitive answer if they will be able to make it. So I'd like to have a doula just so it's not just Michael and I, just because it's our first time for both of us, and it'll be nice to have someone else to walk us through and to help us stay calm and just to be there to support us. And we don't know for sure if my mom and sister can make it, so having a doula would be nice. But I also don't know many doulas in this area. There's one other I know, and I would absolutely hire her as my doula, but she's due about a week ahead of me, and so she'll have a newborn baby, and so that won't work. So I'm not totally sure if I want to go through the process of finding another doula and interviewing and meeting people, just because the way I am personally, I'm more comfortable if I already have a repertoire with you, if I already know how we flow together. And of course I would be doing that in the interview process and figuring that out in the interview process. It's just kind of easier when you already know someone. We'll see if I end up hiring someone else or if I decide to just go without. I'm not totally sure where I'm at just yet with that. Yeah, that is my 23-week update. It's so crazy that I'll be 24 weeks tomorrow, and it just blows my mind that, I could have my friend that's a week ahead of me. She messaged me just the other day, and because she's just a few days ahead of me, like, I've never gone past 39 weeks. I've never reached 39 weeks, and that means I could only have 15 weeks left. And she was freaking out for a minute. It was just really funny because, we're getting to the point where birth is getting closer, and so it's a little bit intimidating. It's exciting. I feel like it still doesn't feel super real to me yet, but it will probably start kicking in kind of soon. We'll see. Who knows? But that's my update, so I will see y'all next week. Bye.